On problem 6 was a similar setup. So circumference is a function of radius. We know whatever we have for an input, we're going to use that for the radius. So if we have evaluating this at r plus 6, we're going to put 2 pi times the input now as r plus 6. So if we multiply across, the 2 pi distributes to both terms, the r and the 6. And this ends up being 2 pi r plus 12 pi. 2 times 6 times pi, we can reorder multiplication, and it's still equal. And what we're doing in this problem is figuring out the circumference with a circle that has a radius r plus 6. So the correct result would be C or D, but this is the C is the one to do because this is the one that has a circle of radius r plus 6. On problem 7, if you look, height is a function of age, and if you look, we want to find out the reasonable domain for height as a function of age. Domain has to do with the input values, all the possible input values, and the inputs here are A, or ages. So we'd look at what are the possible ages for the female population in the United States. And I would say 0 to 100. That would be reasonable ages. You wouldn't want to do 20 to 67 because we could be talking about the height of someone less than 20 years old or more than 67 years old on this. The 20 to 67 probably would be the range, the heights of females. So 20 inches maybe when you're born, 67 inches as a max height. But that's not very tall. I think that's like 5 feet 7 inches. So you might even want to make the 67 a little bit larger to see all the possible heights if you were doing the range. On problem 8, to find, it asks for domain, so we'll want to find all the inputs of the function that's given, and so this would be from 1 to 5 for the x values. If you looked at range, it looks like range goes from 1 to 3 on the y values, so I would probably use C for the range on here. But for domain, result B.